Hello friends and welcome back. It's Love to Inspired Handmade with Christina. Today is March 27th of 2026. I apologize for not jumping on last week. I was out of town and I did try to get on to do the video, but I was having technical difficulties with my Wi-Fi. So I'm back and I'm going to be showing you a corner fold fun fold card. Isn't that cute? And check it out, y'all. It is so easy and simple to do and you are going to absolutely love it. So I'm going to turn the camera down so that we can get started. Here we go. Let me move my camera down closer to where I'll be working at, because that just makes everything so much better for me, for you, for all of us. Okay, here we go. So I am going to be focusing on the new designer series paper that's called True Blue Florals, and this is actually a product of the month. And you can see I have all kinds of scraps in here. You can get this paper for just $5 when you do a $75 order, and you actually will be able to see any of the other products of the month if you haven't got them yet. Now you can only choose one at a time, but this one is so pretty. I love all of the blues in it. So let's get started. We're going to start with a piece of designer series paper. Now I have this cut at oh, my brain just went blank. At 6 3/4. Okay, here we go. 6 3/4 by 8. Okay, and you're going to score it at 2 3/4 on one side. So I did the 2 3/4 here and the 2 3/4 here. Then you're going to need to get some coordinating cardstock. Now I'm using Secret Sea and Balmy Blue today. So in the Balmy Blue, I have trimmed out a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Now I'm going to have this white layer here that's a 2 1/2 by 4. And then you'll need another piece of the Balmy Blue, the colored cardstock, and it'll be 3 1/4 by 5. Now I have a coordinating piece because this is my stamping layer, and this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then lastly, you'll need the little square. And then the Balmy Blue, it's 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and then I have a little bitty square that goes inside of it, and that one is cut at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So that's all you're going to need for this little fun fold card. Now I'm using the Round of Hellos. Now this fun stamp here is one that you can get. I love how it has the little florals and just the little abstract. We have the little circle punch that would work good, or even a circle die, but I'm using the leaves and the florals here and the little bitty dots with the Oh Happy Day and You're Amazing in Every Way. So I already have those set out to the side here, and let's get started. So now that I already have my paper folded, I've got to go ahead and let's fold our corners here, or fold our score lines. Now what you're going to do when you fold these in is you have this little square here at the top, this one right here. Now when you fold that in, well, here, ideally you want to do this. You just want to take that little point here and you're going to fold it like this, because this is what it's going to do, is allow you to have some score, a score line to fold with, because you're going to, bear with me, here we go. Now this little point is sometimes hard to, you just got to play with it. So let me get this little thing right down here so that our score lines match up for the fold. Okay. And then you just simply press it down just like so to give it that good firm little press. And with it being designer paper, you don't, I mean, it folds pretty easily. So that way when you open it, it does that, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set this little guy to the side. Hang on, I wanna make sure that's folded right. Okay, So let's set him to the side. Now let's get our stamping out, okay? So I'm gonna take my first piece that I have here for the inside layer, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Now this is the 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I'm gonna use my Secret C to stamp my cinnamon on, and I'm using You're Amazing. And I'm just stamping it right here at the top, just like so. Now I'm gonna leave that open, and if you want, let's go ahead and get your adhesive and we will go ahead and attach it. Just a light little layer of my glue, and I'm gonna put it on here, just like so. And then I'm gonna set that to the side. Now I wanna get my little square out. And with the square, I'm trying to find my camera and talk to y'all at the same time. Now you can see on the inside of this, this is the square I'm doing. So you can also put another little sentiment here or whatever image that you would like as you go along, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to stamp my flower in Balmy Blue. So let's go ahead and get that going and get a good little press. And then I'm going to take, they had some little dots that inside the stamp, and I'm going to do that on all 4 of my corners, just like so. Now I'm still leaving my ink open, but I'm going to attach this to the on top of here. So this piece will be done. All right, now we're gonna set that one to the side. The next one we're gonna do is this little piece. Now, this one is the front layer, and it's 2.5 by 4, and so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it. So I'm gonna start, where is my stamp? With my Oh Happy Day first, and I'm stamping it at the top of my piece of white cardstock, just like so. Then I'm going to take the leaf and I'm going to stamp it at the bottom in the Secret C as well. Oh no, I didn't push hard enough. I don't even know if I can, uh-oh. Oh, you think I can do it? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Yes, I did it. Ha ha. That is always a 50-50 if you make it on the right spot. Okay, now I'm going to take my Balmy Blue and I'm going to stamp my bloom right in the middle here. Let me make sure I press good this time. He's a little off center, but it's fine. And so the little dots that I just used, I'm going to use those again. And I'm going to do those randomly on the front here. Since I already used the Secret C, I'm going to go ahead and do the Secret C again. And I'm just doing it 3 times, kind of like if I was using our embellishments. I'm kind of thinking when I layer them on, I'm thinking embellishments. So that's where that's going. Now let's go ahead and take this, and we were going to attach it to this vase. Just like so. Okay. Now all of our pieces are stamped, and are you ready to put it together? This is the simple part. Now you have your final piece here that's left, and it's 4.25 by 5.5. This is going to go right on the top of that because it's giving you a base to your card. So I'm going to flip this over, and you can use dimensionals on this if you would like. I just feel like you would need a lot of them to give a firm base for it, so I prefer to lay it flat. So let me get it on here centered. Let me push this down, and so now your card should be looking something like this because it'll open up just like so. And now we want to layer our things. So let's start from the inside out. Now with the inside, let me go ahead and zoom back out a little bit. With the inside, we're going to put this layer first. Okay, now you just center that right down in the center of your designer series paper in that little square. And then you're going to take this fun little guy and he's going to fit perfectly right up here in the square. Just like so. All right, now the inside is done, so you just simply fold this back down like so. The final thing is this. Now the important deal is you're not putting glue all over the back of this. You're just going to put glue right here in this top corner. So make sure, go ahead and lay it here and know about, I center it in the middle, and then I just kind of eye like where I'm going to do it. If you need to, get a pencil and make like a little tick mark here and here, and then that way you know that you're going in that little direction. But I'm just going to wing it and put just enough glue on one side of it, and then I'm going to layer it down just like so. Isn't that simple? I love that. And then you can either come back and add some embellishments. I have this pretty blue ribbon here in the, I think it's Secret Sea. I'm not quite, I'll have to look real quick. I have a little piece tore off, so I'm just tying a little knot. You can make a little bow. They're both cute, guys. I mean, there is no right or wrong way to do it. Let me grab my scissors, and I snip one way slanted on this side, and then I snip the opposite direction, trying to see what I'm doing here. The opposite direction on the other side, and I actually made it kind of straight. So let me see if I can hold it in place. Do y'all have trouble doing that? And then just take you a little glue dot and stick it right on the center here. And I think that gives the perfect amount of embellishment that you need. So that's all I do for this card. But anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed today's fun little tutorial. It is super simple, easy to create multiple of. It definitely gives a fun little wow factor to you. Here is my other little versions. Aren't they cute? Oh. And all you have to do is like that or like that. Super cute, right? Anyway, I hope you come back and join me next Friday for a new fun tutorial. You be blessed, enjoy the spring weather, and make sure that you follow and like my page and ring that bell so you never miss a video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, but you can also be in the descriptions and see other places that you can follow me on social media, and check out my blog where you'll find instructions to this and many more fun things. But until then, you guys be blessed, and I will talk again soon.